It's a game of runs. I mean, you know, that's why I'm not necessarily afraid to start, a rookie at times if I feel the matchup is right or whatever, because I don't think you'll ever lose or win a game at the start. You know, NBA game is a long game, and your opponent's going to eventually make a run. So the times that we have stretched it and held on to it, that's unusual for the NBA. And all you got to do is look at everybody's was it plus minus or net rating or however you want to call it. I think it's plus minus when it comes down to how many you score, your opponent score. There's only a couple of teams that are in double digits, and everybody else is in single digits or less. And it's just the league is talented.
From an adversity perspective, though, what happened in the second quarter was somewhat similar to what happened in the second quarter the other night. To see your team respond and be able to kind of finish it out just the next day, were you happy with at least just showing that type of grit in that situation?
No, 100%. And that's what I told him. I said, first of all, it's good to, sometimes you're not going to win every game, and so taking an L and trying to really hammer home the things you need to hammer home when you lose, and learn from it, not get down, not be upset, but don't get down from it. That's going to happen. But also to learn when you get a win is great. And tonight, that's what we did. We go back and things I talked about in terms of protecting the paint, being physical, and trying to do it without fouling. Those little things add up to a lot. And so for us to be able to kind of stall out offensively, and they go on a run, and then us respond the right way by getting some stops and getting out in transition ourselves. It was a big night for us.
When you called that timeout like a minute and a half into the second half, it seemed like you guys took off from there, but I think it was a wide open layup for LaMelo. Do you see something there that you just wanted to correct right on the spot and kind of wake guys up there?
Yeah, it happened to us. You remember Jalen Brown? He went down the middle of our defense and dunked the ball without getting touched, and that basically was the same play. And we talked about, hey, we want to defend the paint. We want to defend the paint, and we're going to give up a lot of three attempts. Our closeouts, there's some technique things that we could do to work on our closeouts, which we're doing a better job of. Teams aren't shooting as high as percentage now. Teams are going to keep shooting them because we got to protect the paint. But to have that happen when it happened to us last night, I just want to remind our guys that that's not who we are, and that's not going to be okay. Our guys responded. I give them credit.
Is there a certain number of miscues you need to see in a row to call a timeout? Like when you let a team play through an extended period without calling time? Like, what's your philosophy on stopping the league?
It depends on what the miscues are, because it's going to happen during the game. And if there's a miscue and we're still trying to scramble and figure it out, okay, let's keep rolling. Or every once in a while, a guy gets a wide open shot. Okay, let's get. But if there's something that is correctable, or where I thought we could have given better effort, then I'll hit it. Just to remind them that we're not okay with this. I'm not. You guys should be okay with this. But this is not who we are neither.
Mike, Josh in the starting lineup, seems like it's gone pretty well so far. I was wondering, what were the factors or what happened that led you to go ahead and make that switch when you did?
You know the truth? I would tell the truth, but I'm just asking this. Okay. Again, I rely on my staff, and I had reasons why I was starting it the other way, but my staff, I think all of them, all of them were like, hey, these are the reasons why it would be better. And the reality of it is I just listened to my staff. I said, okay, if I'm the only one thinking that the other way may be better at that time, then maybe I'm wrong. And I have been wrong before, and I will be wrong again in the future. And so, that's what I love about my staff is I have guys that aren't afraid on staff to tell me what I think. And now, at the end of the day, it's up to me to make the decision. I'm not going to always listen to them, but if my whole staff is telling me something, then I better open my eyes and my ears and figure out what they're really trying to say, and maybe follow their lead instead of them following my lead all the time.
Like
You see Jalen get a lift from that buzzer beater at the end of the first half?
Did he get a what?
Did he get a lift? Like,
Oh, you'd have to ask him. Maybe, I mean, it was a big bucket for us. It gave us momentum going into the half, and maybe it sparked him. I haven't talked to him about it, but he definitely was more aggressive in the second half and played more like what we're used to seeing from him.
The last one, not just tonight, like the last 2.5 weeks or so with Yabusele, when he's been in the game, you guys have really kind of more used him as like a weak side spacer, and he really just hasn't been involved very much in picking pops or anything like that, which he was the first couple weeks of the season. Why have you guys gotten away from using him as a ball screener?
First thing is he's not playing much five now, so usually our five is usually the one that's setting the screens, and so he's playing the four, and there are a lot of ways he can get involved playing the four. Like for instance, on a made bucket, we want our five rim running, and we want a small to take it out. There was an opportunity, he had a chance to take it out, and if he takes it out, coming down the floor, he's going to be involved in action right away. And so it just depends on where he is and where he's sprinting to as we're going down the floor of how much he'll be involved. But it's hard to get pick and pop stuff with the way we play if you're not playing that center spot. There's other opportunities, but it could be anybody.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
What did you guys see from being able to build the early lead and they fought back? Do you look at it as being resilient to be able to ward them off from completely come back?
Yeah, I mean, JB draws a lot of attention, and I thought our team did a great job of, utilizing the gravity he has on the court and, getting some good looks and getting some turnovers, and especially with him, I thought we did a great job defensively of making them speed up their game and playing Knicks basketball, which is us having turnovers translate to our offense, and we did a good job.
Trying to make a case for the dunk contest, like what was that?
That shit's passed. 3-point contest on. You didn't know that? I don't know. 2 years ago, I did it in Minnesota, but it was alright. Cold tub, for sure.
In the defense that allowed you to kind of have the night that you had today? It looked like you just, whatever you wanted, you were able to kind of get to.
I think it's when you got one of the best players in the NBA, like JB, like I said, the gravity he attracts, it allows us to have a chance to do something special. So, just taking the opportunities the defense was giving me, and, while doing that, just being aggressive in playmaking, whether it was scoring or passing it to my teammates.
Jalen, you always talk about this next night to kind of prove yourself as a team, and you guys kind of saw similar adversity tonight as you did in Boston. That second quarter, they were able to catch back in. How happy were you guys, or with you guys' response to that and closing it out after what happened 24 hours ago?
Yeah, I mean, we can easily just chalk it up and say, all right, well, we tried. But continue to fight, continue to sit together, and find a way to make plays defensively, got out in open court. And, it's just a good way for a bounce back tonight.
For Kat, how do you build off of a game like this? What does consistency look like for you?
Keep putting ones, keep tallying up the left column. It's all about the wins and just continue this trend. We're in the next 5-game series, and we got to do a great job of finding ways to continue to win, regardless of the situation, regardless of what's going on. Just continue to find ways to win. It's not about the individual stats.